Welcome back guys, Slowback here, and welcome to the start of a brand new campaign, my first ever Still Faith Overhaul campaign. You guys have been asking me to play one for a wee while, so I thought, well, now's a perfect opportunity, let's jump in, and what better campaign to play than Grimgor? My favourite, right? My favourite campaign. We might as well play that one. Right, so for those of you who don't know what Still Faith is, let me just read the wee blurb. Still Faith Overhaul 2 is a whole game mod that changes every aspect of Total War Warhammer 2 to be closer to the lore and Warhammer universe. So yes, it makes it far more lore accurate, far more lore friendly. Right, let's jump in. New campaign. We're going to be playing Mortal Empires, of course. Where's our big boy? Where is he? There he is. Grimgor. I'm not going to look at... do we want to look at this? Because some of this has changed as well. For this episode, I will be going through the units and going through the changes of their stats and stuff like that. The ones that we have and the ones that we can recruit. We'll go through them as we come across them. Otherwise, it's going to be a very mathy, very mathy episode. All right. So Greenskins, +1 fightingness, win in foreign territory, bonus versus large. Bonus versus large of +5 for our Orc Biggins, as average Orc Biggins. Upkeep -10% for Blackhawks and Blackhawk units. Sorry, and Biggin units. That's all standard stuff up in there. Lord effects, +5 leadership for Black Orc units, +4 melee attack for the whole army, +10 armor for Black Orc units, again Lord's army. Unit capacity, +2 for Black Orcs. You can see that's something new, right? That is something new when we come across it. Right, let's jump in. Get this thing rolling. So basically what that capacity thing is you can set the campaign up so it's very similar to the way Tomb Kings work, where they actually have unit caps and stuff like that, which is what we're going to be doing, because I think that's a better way of playing. You don't come across like 10 dragon armies and stuff like that from the AI and things. So I think that's a better way of doing it. You know, elite units are actually elite. You can set the game up so they are actually elite. So obviously you want to protect those as best as you can, which I think is a far better way of playing than just... I mean, I understand the awesomeness of having 20 giants. Well, 19, but I understand that, right? But yeah, gets a bit boring after a while, to be honest, playing against that over and over again, because obviously the AI can do that a lot easier than a player can do it. Very few campaigns do you end up with, you know, that type of army. Kind of Norska, right? This is really the only one that we have come across that way. All right, this intro stuff's all the same, so I don't need to worry about any of that. Nice. Right. Let's look at the changes. Greenskins they still play exactly the same, by the way, but let's have a look at our change. We'll start with Mr. Grimmy. And the first one that we notice is armored, armor piercing. That's all the same. Melee expert, juggernaut, right? So this unit has a high resistance to hit reactions and knockback resistance, allowing them to attack unimpeded. You see the dash SFO, Still Faith Overhaul, right, underneath there, so you can clearly identify which extra attributes and stuff of that coming from the mod itself. This is obviously a really good one for like Grimgor, because his main weakness is the fact he gets knocked around a lot. He's not going to get knocked around now, because he's a tank now, as he should be. As he should be. Right, comparing to standard game, which I will put the standard stats up on the screen as well. Sorry, I do need a drink. I am still sick, by the way. This flu just won't go away. Alright, so 544 upkeep, which is obviously pretty expensive compared to his standard cost, which is 330, coming in at rank number 1. He's got 6k health roundabout, compared to 3,800 as a standard, so quite a bit more health there as well. Armor, quite a bit more armor as well, coming in at 120 compared to 115. Leadership 80 versus 75. He's a little bit slower. Guess that's to do with the heavy armor, which is fine. Melee attack slightly more, coming in at 72 compared to 70. Melee defense 37 compared to 38, so slightly less. Damage slightly more, coming in at 550 compared to 500. Charge bonus slightly less as well, coming in at 65 compared to 70. I guess again because of the heavy armor, a wee bit slower. Don't get as much charge in that running. As far as his actual buffs and stuff like that go, let's go look through these. Those are all the same. That's all the same. Here's a new one, which is Wah. So this is an ability, obviously, that's just for him. It's very similar to, you know, like the Berserk mechanic of Norska. There's a couple of different stages and stuff like that, and obviously time and melee activates these. Stage 1 +5 melee attack, +5% vigor. Stage 2 +10% melee attack, 10% vigor. Stage 3 +15% melee attack, +15% vigor. Obviously the longer you're in combat with this guy, the better he gets. As it should be, right? As it should be. He's also got this one here. which is a buff on himself. I think it does affect allies surrounding him as well. Grimgor is the best, which is a 20% melee defense, 25% speed bonus, 15% weapon damage, 10% physical resist, plus they get expert charge defense. That's all the units within a 40 meter range around, or 40 meter radius around Grimgor. So very, very good buff. I was going to say stats, but it's buffs, right? Right, Blackhawks. Moving along, boys. Moving along, Blackhawks. So Blackhawks, couple of changes, as we will see if I throw out the other ones. Area of attack, so of course they do AoE attack now, which is very, very good. And they also have the Juggernaut, same as Grimgor, so they don't get knocked down. So they can basically do full damage for a really, really long time. You'll notice there's a couple of extra units within the unit, a couple of extra models, I should say, within the unit, coming in at 75 models instead of the standard 60. Their cost, of course, is up as well, coming in at $446 or gold. Compared to the standard 300. Health, again, more. You're looking at just over 10k versus just over 8, so quite a bit more. A little bit more heavily armoured as well, coming in at 130 compared to 115. Leadership's irrelevant, as in it's high. They're both high, the numbers don't really change. Speed, again. Actually, no, their speed's just a wee bit faster, oddly enough. Coming at 32 speed compared to standard 29. Melee stats 44, 34, and 65 compared to 36, 26, and 50. So quite a bit harder hitting. Quite a bit harder hitting. Charge bonus coming in at 32, so a wee bit of extra speed. And they also have one of these. Is this for everyone? Let's just double check. These guys have one as well. It's not as good. Yeah, it's not as good. Yeah, so that seems like a standard buff for Greenskins, which is pretty good. Man, that damage is so high as well. How much of that's armor piercing? 35. Jeez, almost half it. Actually, over half of it, isn't it? Yeah, 35. Wow, such a good unit. Right, nice. Orc boys. Moving along. Orc boys. Shielded, so that's all stick the same. Coming in 120 models compared to the standard 90. It's quite an increase, isn't it? That's extra third. Yeah, it's an extra third units, or extra third models. That's a lot. Cost-wise, slightly more expensive as well. Coming in at 160 compared to 123 armor. Slightly more, still silver shielded. Look at their health first. Well, a lot of that health would have to do with the increase in that, right? So it's an extra third, because their standard health is just over 7k. What's a third of 7k? Well, it's just over 2k. So no, it's slightly more. Coming in at just over 11. So I guess that's about 40%. No, it's not 40%. No, it's more. Because if it was a third, it would only be like 9k health extra. So yeah, slightly more. Excuse me. Leadership coming in at 58 compared to 60, actually slightly lower than standard leadership. Speed's exactly the same. Melee stats coming in at 30, 32, and 36. 28, 25, 34 respectively, so all slightly higher as we would expect. Charge bonus to 23, slightly higher again. And of course I've got this wee buff, so this is like the lesser version of it, I guess. Stage 1 is 10% melee attack, but we're losing my 5% melee defense. I guess this is like a rage, right? You get crazy melee defense drops, but your melee attack goes up. Makes sense, right? Makes total sense. 20% melee attack minus 10% melee defense. 30% melee attack coming in at stage 3 minus 15% melee defense. I just noticed they've got physical resist here of 2%. And a missile resist 2% as well, do they? 6% on those boys. Nice, and 10. I totally skipped over those. 6% physical and 10% missile resist, which is, that missile resist is actually really good for the Blackhawks. Alright, Gobos. Let's get some Gobos. Coming in at 150 models. Ooh, that is a lot, up from 120. Health-wise, up to 9k from 6.7. It's not a massive increase. Cost-wise, up to 109 from 83. That's quite a bit of an increase. Armor-wise, oh, actually, look, they've dropped shields. So they've dropped from silver shields, which is one of the main reasons to bring them, down to bronze shields. Interesting. It's probably more lore accurate, but it doesn't make as much sense. Honestly, silver shields for goblins make sense because they're so small to have a big shield. So it'd cover most of their body, right? That makes sense. To me, anyway. Alright, leadership 44. They're still really skittish. Actually, they're worse than what they are in the base game. Melee stats coming at 26, 27, 27. Compared to 20, 26, 25. So actually quite a bit better in the way of the melee stats there. especially on that melee attack. Quite a bit better. Charge bonus coming in at 14 compared to 8. It's kind of irrelevant. Physical resist there at 2% as well. They are expendable. They have the same WAR buff as these guys here. Right, let's move along to some archers. Oh, gobbo archers. Coming in at 113 models, odd number, but 113 it is. Cost is 112 compared to 103, and obviously 90 models originally. More health coming in at 6.3 compared to 4.5, so yeah, quite a bit of a buff there. I don't really care about the melee stats, it's all range stuff we're worrying about. Oh, this cough is terrible. So 24 ammo is exactly the same. Range is actually slightly more, coming in at 130 range compared to 115 as standard, and 1 extra damage coming in at 17 compared to 16. And they have the buff as well. It is a melee one. It's not really going to come into play that much. No. Right, this one here I found interesting. Orc boys. So shielded, armor, piercing, anti-infantry, all exactly the same there. Coming in at 57 models compared to the standard 45. So that's quite a bit more as far as cavalry goes. Cost-wise, they are a lot more expensive again, coming in at 240 compared to their standard 178. But health-wise, boys, we are looking at just over 10k compared to 5k for the standard. So a lot more health, right? A lot more health. And a lot more armor too, actually, coming in at 63 armor compared to standard 50. Leadership's the same, speed's the same. Stat-wise, 30, 28, and 40 is quite a buff up from 22, 22, and 30. Charge bonus coming in at 48 compared to 46 standard, again with the standard buff. And a 4% physical resist on those, and 4% missile resist. Quite a bit different, this unit. Power-wise, quite a bit different. And lastly, we've got Doom Diver Catapult. Basically, the main one to look at here is we get an extra catapult. So we have 4 instead of the standard 3. Costs, these are actually slightly cheaper, coming in at 224 compared to a 248. Health-wise, again, it's about double. You'll notice a lot of the healths are really high, which does slow down your combat quite a bit. So that can be a good thing, can be a bad thing, depend. And they obviously lose the... They lost... Okay, maybe they didn't lose. I thought they lost armor piercing damage, but no, that's on catapults. Right, so damage-wise, they've gained a little bit, coming in at 193 compared to 183. Range is still the same. Ammo, slightly more, coming in with an extra 2 at 24 compared to 22. Melee stats, all kind of irrelevant, that type of thing. Right, nice. That's the units we have. I'm not going to go through the units that we can get, but we will look at them. Just quickly. I won't compare them. We'll compare them once we can actually unlock them and stuff like that. But let's go through the buildings. A couple of these are stock standard, but we'll go through them anyway. Obedience +2 faction wide. Different relations +10 with Greenskins. Obedience +10. That's massive, but you will see why soon. Lord recruitment ranks +2 and global recruitment rank of +1 on that one. The big fort, -5% upkeep for Blackhawks for all armies, -30% upkeep, recruitment cost, sorry, for Blackhawks, +2 ranks for Blackhawks for this province, and then a +3 rank recruitment for Blackhawks as well. Recruitment duration -1 for Blackhawks, unit capacity +2 for Blackhawks. Base cap is 2 per army, or 2 per faction, depends how we set that up, I suppose. But the base here is 2 Blackhawks per faction. Which is not a lot, of course. This one locks Immortals and the Blackhawks. So what are Immortals? Immortals are big Blackhawks. Basically. They're like the elite Blackhawks. Ah, they're so good. Of course, the Immortals are, in lore, the Immortals are Grimgor's bodyguards, basically. So to be Grimgor's bodyguards, you're going to have to be quite good, right? You'd have to be quite a good fighter to be a bodyguard for Grimgor, of all people. The Cave of Shinies. I like the models, how it changes depending on the levels across the board. You know, I like that. I like how it looks like that. But you'll see here, the more like these type of buildings we get, and come and stuff like that, our obedience drops. Because there's more stuff for us to steal, right? There's more stuff for us to steal. Oh, we're grabbing that, of course. So this one gives us 500 income, but we do have -1 obedience. That's where it comes back to, like I said here, you know, +10 obedience. Sounds like a lot, but we need it. We need it. If we go into this one, which is obviously just our stock standard recruiting building, Orc boys and Gobbos at base. Night Gobbo spears, yes, Night Goblin spears. Nasty Skulkers. Orc Arrow boys and Gobbo archers, Night Goblin archers, Biggins, Night Gobbos, Blackhawks with shields, yes, that is a thing. Blackhawks, Night Goblin Fanatics, and then just Night Goblin Fanatic Archers up in there. But again, I like how the thing changes, like the display thing changes. But this one here obviously gives us -10 growth province-wide. I guess because we're stealing people out of the growth pool to recruit them into the army, so it makes it a negative effect. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Makes sense. Right, let's grab that as well. We're not going to be doing that one. There's nothing. Oh no, Forest Goblins. Yeah, that's new. They have a different type of poison attack, which we'll have a look in a second. Once I have this drink to soothe my throat. It's a lethal poison. Not quite as good as standard poison, I don't think. Although, it's quite a big debuff. -12% weapon damage and -8% armor piercing damage. Just quite a bit. It's our first real look at foot forest goblins, I suppose, because we've always had these guys. Yeah. Nice. Right, Cav, obviously. Cav chariots, well, that's all exactly the same. Squiggies. Squiggies, interestingly enough, you can actually get over here. You can get Squiggies up quite early if we grab this building, which you're probably going to. Because we want some way of dealing with the dwarf, right? The dwarven armor. It's quite a good building once we get over there. Of course, shamans, etc. I haven't had a chance to play around with magic in Steel Faith yet, but from what I understand, it's very strong. So it'd be nice to see it up and running. Goblin artillery and stuff, all standard stuff. Oh, look at the damage on that thing, 267. Again, another minus obedience building. Trolls. What are that? Stupidity. Okay. Okay. We'll look at that when we recruit them. Trolls, giants. Towers. I really like the upkeep of this tower thing. It's cool. So this is +1 obedience in all your adjacent provinces. Income from raiding 2% for all armies. That's quite a big buff. +6 obedience out of here. Weapon strength +3% when under siege. And untainted region-wide 3%. We'll probably have to take that. We'll probably have to take that. Growth. I do want this too. Oh, growth 15, casualty replenishment rate 5, growth 3 for all adjacent provinces. Yeah, I'm going for that one. Right. Probably this one too. This is basically our walls, is it now? Not really. We don't. I mean, this region doesn't have walls anyway, does it? No. There's a lot of buildings which, depending on which way you go, provides the garrison with different stuff. Which is pretty cool. I like that. That's probably how it should be. I probably have to go that one just to get that obedience up and running. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of obedience buildings, like within the leadership buildings. But again, you're going to need them. Going to need them. Right, that's cool. That's probably how we're going to build us out first turn. Right, we'll go have a fight, shall we? Let's see what combat's like. I assume this is fairly similar to stock standard campaign, so let's go. I don't know if there's any like visual changes or anything like that, so we'll have a look. What's that banner? Is it still the same? +5, +6, +10. I think it's relatively similar. That +10 maybe a bit more. It's usually 5, 5, and 5, right? Alright, we'll go fight. See what kind of damage we can inflict. Now, the theory, or the way to win, or the way to do this, is to take as minimal damage here as possible, because the other army of his will attack us next turn as well. So we need to survive this as healthy as possible, basically. Assuming the start of this campaign plays the same as the start of the generic vanilla campaign. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Right, we want to get as much damage out of this artillery piece as we can. I will have a look at the units, because I don't know if like visually there's any changes. I'm literally just running Steel Faith, nothing else. So we will have a look at this stuff. Remember, Grimgor's got that buff now too. This one. I'll lead the way with the Gobos, because they can soak any of that range damage. I need my archers to be shooting that thing, because there's no other way I have to kill it, and then Cav. Right, I will get in on this. Obviously, we get an extra artillery piece, so that's very helpful. They'll increase the damage out of these bad boys quite a bit. They're a really high damage artillery piece anyway, so that's going to be good. They all look fairly normal, as far as goblins go, of course. Those are definitely boys. Oh, Grimgor. Guy's a meat shield, isn't he? Good lord. Yeah, Blackhawks all look very similar. I do believe there is some visual differences, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it is. It's been a long time since I played Grimgor as well. Standard Greenskins. I mean, they're not very black, are they? Not very black for Blackhawks. Oh. They're more red, but that's fine. Right, let's go. Let's see what the pace of the battle's like. See what kind of damage and stuff we can get done as well. Right, they're pulling back. That's fine. We don't need to move forward particularly. We have artillery. They do not. Actually, go for those orc arrow boys. That's probably a better option first off. Let's see what kind of damage we can get done out of this 4-piece artillery. Should we try and manually? No, we're not. No, I'm never manually firing. I'm sorry. You guys have seen me manually fire before. That's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. I can't get any closer. Can't get any closer because of the restrictions on legendary camera. Go, boys. Yep, missed. That didn't. That did. Oh, I think they'll probably nerf the accuracy a wee bit. Doomdiver, of course, stupidly accurate normally. It's kind of its strength, right? That's how accurate they are. That's better. That's better. 15 kills. Yeah, just keep ranking them up, boys. Keep racking them up. We don't need to push forward. We can just sit here all day if we need to. We've got 22 ammo left. Let's use as much of it as possible. Yeah, eventually they'll move, of course. Stuff. Keep the kills rolling in. We're at max range, so we've got a wee bit of time. We'll try and swing these guys up and around. Again, remember these guys, such a big buff to these. Even just their extra damage and charge bonus and stuff like that, it's crazy. Just having those that extra models as well is going to help so much. Yeah, hit a double unit, that'd be good. If these two units basically combined there. Oh, it's 40, almost 50 damage out of those, or 50 kills, that's really good. Right, he needs to shoot that once we can. We've got our gobos in front to soak as much of that range damage. A couple of range damage units, and they'll put Grimmy straight onto that dude as well. He'll make short work of him. Right, we're in range. Yep. Lock these in. Should have done that already. It's fine. Alright, you swing up in there, man. Right, Kev, let's not stay back, please. Right, Grimmy's going straight for this guy. This guy's going to run in here. We want to pop this. Kev's going to run in. Just do your business, please. Oh, Grimmy's just destroying it. Nice. Come on, Archers. My Orc boys are doing so well against his. Absolutely destroying them, to be honest. Grimmy's smashing that. I like it. Don't necessarily need to kill him, but just inflict as much damage on him as possible. I don't like the fact that they're getting those easy side shots on me there. Good work, guys. Go chase them for me, please. Alright, bring this dude up. Grimgor's taken 0 damage, and Blackhawks have taken 0 damage as well. We may need to kill him. Whew. Right, we want to keep ourselves in this fight after the victory thing. We'll let our Cav do as much damage as possible. Yep, we want to stay in here with this. We will fast forward it through this next bit. We are, of course, playing on Legendary. I don't know if we should be playing on Legendary or not as far as Steel Faith goes, but we are. Because that's what we play on all the time, so see what the differences and stuff are. Right, unfortunately I'm not going to have to pick up that many extra kills. Oh, that guy's dead, nice. Cav, just kill this dude. It's like one dude left and we can wipe that unit out. Nice. Decisive, even. Oh, there's 15 remaining. Wow, we did a lot of hurt. That's really good. We lost 59. That's good for us too. Only 10% of our army, basically. And we basically wiped his out. I like that. It's really good. Good work, Kev. And Grimgor and the Blackhawks just took 0 damage. They're elite. They should feel elite, and they do. That's so good. I love it. So far, so good, right? So far, so good, boys. Right, so we want to basically back off here, because I won't be able to kill this off. That's the only thing that's left, I think. No, there's not 15 of those, right? No. There's only 8 in that or something. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I don't really know with Steel Faith. It's all new. Well, we'll take our replenishment. We'll be back to full health. Nice. And 1,400 bucks from the battle. I like it. And 1,000 bucks from the quest. Ah, man. We're rolling in it. Oh, Crimmy's got a level almost back to full health. And he had, yes, just that left. Okay. Right, we can back off. I don't know if he'll attack me now, honestly. Because usually these two combine together to attack you here. But I really don't know if he's going to. I'm so sorry about the coughing. I know it's annoying. But right, we have leveled. These things... These are new, right? Yes, these are all new. Interesting. One is fighting us when in foreign territory, but plus 10% upkeep. Oh, that's a lot. And then obviously Grimgor's stock standard stuff up here. We've got 3 skill points. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, obviously we'll take route march. I think we go here, right? I don't know how big of an issue money is. The fact that there's 2 different ways of reducing our overall upkeep kind of indicates that money is still an issue. So I think I'll go looter times 2, get us up and running. Get up here, obviously we want lightning strikes and probably mob boss as well. Because minus 15% seems like quite a lot. So we minus basically almost minus 20%. I think those are how we'll do that. That blue line anyway. Recruitment wise, we just want to grab some orc boys. Not really going to worry about gobos. It's all our money. We've got all these things up and running. That's awesome. I don't know if he's going to attack us here because we did so much damage to that. He probably will, but I just don't know for sure. Right, let's go. Turn 1 complete. I like it. I like the fact that those guys Skarsnik's over this side of the world. Interesting. I like that, yeah, those Blackhawks do seem elite. There's only, what did I say? There's only, you can only recruit 2 faction-wide or something? That's not a lot. That's not a lot of Blackhawks. Which that means you're going to have to use... Well, I guess the boys are going to be the bulk of your army, aren't they? Okay, they're still attacking. That's fine. Yeah, the boys are still going to be the bulk of your army. Are you not attacking, or you are still attacking? Okay. Well, this should be another easy win for us. Yeah, that army's even easier than one we just beat. Let's fight it. Let's crush it. Opens the door to Iron Rock. So, does that mean that the mutinous gits are not there? Because Skarsnik's here, beside us. Interesting. I wonder if that's the case. There is no mutinous gits. This one's a bit annoying because obviously you got to wait for that second army to turn up. This fight, I mean. Right. Grimgor leads the way. We need you to kill... these things. So we'll fast forward this initial bit. Just say, because it's a bit annoying. Just while we're waiting for the other guys to turn up. I don't think we can hit that very reliably. Or at all. In this case, maybe. Look how good I am. I even muted that time. Right, shoot into here, please. Right, back on normal. No, he's going to shoot that one. I want this dude to get up and around. Doesn't have a lot of range. He's only got that one. Bring these guys in. You come up and start shooting that. It just didn't seem to do as much damage as I was remembering. Like in vanilla, this dude pretty much melts these. So. Why are you still shooting at that? Well, charging up a hill is never the best thing in the world, but let's go for it. Right, there's a couple of lords there. Pretty confident Grimmy can take both of those. Pop this when we get a bit closer. They don't actually count as anti-large still. Right, Grimmy and the Blackhawks can go this way. You guys try and get around if you can. Oh, sorry, kill him then. This guy around, please. Cute. Keep running carefully, don't just stop there. God damn, Grimmy's just destroyed him. Oh, Grimgor. I love it. That's such a high amount of damage at this point of the campaign though, right? One turn in and he's doing almost 600 damage. Armor piercing as well, which is the main thing. Alright, don't even chase, man. Just come back and help. Oh, Jesus, just crunched him. Oh, I love Grimgor. Get in here, man. Smash this other lord. Blackhawks did take a bit of damage this time. Right, swing that cav in the back here. Nice, nice. Not as clean as the first fight, I have to say, but still good enough, right? Right, that's routed, stay in it. We just want to do as much damage as we can. Yes, yes. Yep, stay in it. Wipe these things out if we can. We don't have to deal with them in the future, right? No. Over here, man. There's heaps of stuff for us to kill. None of my gobos will catch any of those ones because they're all the same unit, so they won't have to catch them or anything, but that's okay. Cavalry can, of course. Sit Cav, run him down. Whoa, he picked up like 100 kills just then. Nice. And that's how we do it. 205 kills, man. He might even wipe that unit out. Nice. Oh, there's one dude over there. Ah, that's fine. It's fine. It's too far away. There's no way we're going to reach that. Oops, I don't want to save it. Close victory, what? Was it close? We lost 45. How was that close? Oh, those Blackhawks got ranks. Nice. Rank 2. Wow. It's really cool to have, like, what's the word for it? elite specialist units, right? And then you base your army around that, but it's going to suck if you lose them. Especially if you get like rank 9 Blackhawks and you're only allowed 2 of them, and then you lose both of them. Oh, that's so bad. We will take the replenishment, I'd say. 230. He got 0 kills, good work. Another 2k, I like it. 3% replenishment, we'll take it. Picked ourselves up a mask, a bit of armour, that's good. So yeah, is that mutinous gits or is that just normal gits? And we ranked as well, nice, and we'll get a replenishment done. So we could shoot down here and smash this. Which would not be the worst idea in the world. Right, so here... Right, so this is our capacity system for units and stuff like that. So let's just decide. We can either do faction-wide caps, enables a system similar to Tomb Kings where unit types are limited and you must build buildings to extend the cap. Each faction also has unique mechanics that can extend the cap. Army caps enables a system which limits... Yeah, okay. So we can have faction-wide caps, faction-wide and army caps, so 10 per faction, 2 per army type thing, or just 10 per faction, you know. I think faction-wide is the way to go. Yeah. And that obviously applies to everybody, not just me. Leveled as well, nice. Right, so that's income from looting. Income from sacking or income from raiding. We'll do more sacking than raiding, won't we? And replenishment for my lord. Nice. Right, so we can clean this up anyway. Kind of annoying that's gone in the totally opposite direction to where we want to go. But all good, I suppose. I think we just focus on getting this region first. So that is Skarsnik and just Crooked Moon, no mutinous gits. Okay, interesting.
Morgs told me to listen, so talk. I don't think so.
Well, I do want to be friendly with you. Thing is, we have to either fight the bloody spears or we have to confederate with them early. Because they have this stuff. More that, the one we actually want. I don't know if there's diplomatic penalties for confederating. Right, we have lightning strikes. Oh, and mob boss. Let's just grab it now while we can. Just make the stuff cheaper. Right, this dude's finished. So that's up to growth. Yep. And we can start getting squiggies up as well, which they're gonna... The squigs are basically gonna form our armor piercing in the early game, which we'll need to kill the dwarfs. Usually I just go and fight the bloody spears, but we may go for a friendly route? I don't know. Because they'll want to confederate anyway, once the dwarfs become an issue. I just haven't obviously played this before, so I don't really know. I don't know which way to do it. I assume they'll confederate anyway. Oh, what have we got? Imperial Peace AI setup. Okay, rumors have been heard that Kislev, the Emperor, and the elite accounts have made a secret agreement to not attack each other. Are those rumors true? The rumors are true to make all Imperial factions and Kislev not attack each other for the rest of the campaign. Why would we want to do that? Also, Imperial factions will declare war on anyone that raises sex. No, false. We want them to fight each other. Can't make humans not fight each other. That's not very human-y to not fight each other. Oh, get nasty. That's an easy one. Just occupy because this is the region we want here, or we want to sack it? Nah, just occupy. I got quite a bit of money, so it's all good. Nice. In the Battle of the Thundering Falls, so that's here, which we want to get, shush you, which we want to get Squiggies up for. Oh, and get a few things too, knock over spears, Squiggies. So let's have it, we're going to recruit Squiggies, so let's grab 3 of those, and let's compare them to the standard Squiggies. Sorry, just let me pull them up. Do I not even have standard Squiggies? Oh, I don't have standard Squiggies. I don't have their stats. Oh, that's annoying. No, I don't. Bugger. Alright, I'll have to pull them up and just put them up on screen. I'll have to compare them next episode. I don't have those ones that I can see, unfortunately. That's all good. Right, for you, we're going to finish off Mob Boss. Don't know if that's worth it, probably not. I feel like if we're going to spend most of our time with this as a large chunk of our army, Orc boys and such, getting stuff like that would not be a bad thing, but we'll grab melee attack. Now, do we be friendly with these guys, or do we attack the dwarfs? The only thing is I won't be able to get to this region if we're friendly with them. Better to be friendly than...
Me and the lads got some time. Ha. What?
I don't know about this confederation thing, that's all.
No way. Ha.
I'm the Great Green.
Right, so the guys that are directly around us we have a friendly or non-aggression agreements with, so that's cool. We can get this army sorted and we can go do this battle. And then I can come down and I can start heading into this stuff. These guys will want to confederate at some stage. Or we can go kill those dwarfs. Oh, it's literally got one settlement. We can go and smash them. After this quest. Yeah, let's do that. Because to get rid of the dwarfs this early, they'll be so good. I mean, there'll still be other dwarfs, but if we definitely get rid of those dwarfs early. Well, I've only got one settlement. It seems really small. It's not very greenskinny, I suppose, doing diplomacy and stuff like that, but sometimes you've got to do it, right? Sometimes you just got to do it. I can't believe I don't have the squig thing up. That's useless. Oh. I want some archers as well. Because remember this thing has Beastmen Rising set up. The number of Beastmen has grown in recent years. Deep in the forests of the old world, in hidden caves and secluded desert regions, they are waiting for their time to come. Choosing yes will enable the Beastmen invasions in mid and late game. Yes. Why would we not want that? It's kind of one of the fun parts. Alright, Orc Arrow Boys. The reason we want Orc Arrow Boys is because they've got a semi-decent amount of armor piercing. 7. Which compared to like these guys, 1. So they're quite a bit better. So where are we? Orc Arrow Boys. That's one I do have stats for. So coming in at 68 models is standard, 90 on these guys. Jeez, that's quite big, isn't it? Cost wise, we're looking about the same, 123 versus 125. We will look at the melee stats because these guys are pretty decent in melee usually. 27, 21, and 36 compared to 23, 14, and 34. So yes, they're definitely orcs. They could fight in melee, which is good. Ammo, the same at 22. Range is 150 on these ones compared to 140, so slightly more. And slightly more damage, coming at 24 damage compared to 21. And obviously these guys have the extra buffs and stuff. Got this stuff. Physical resist, missile resist, and that as well. So yeah, these guys are actually pretty decent in melee. I mean, the standard, like in vanilla ones, they are. So these ones are just even better, right? That's pretty good. I like that. Okay. Okay, you can still get walls up, so we do want that. We want... Yes, so we want that, this, and... Probably that in this region, to be honest. There's kind of nothing I want on this tier to be built here. I need to get this up first, because this iron rock is quite often a focal point of attacks and things, so definitely want to try and get that up as fast as possible. I would like a peace treaty with him if I can get it. I feel like he's going to be relatively strong, and if we can obviously confederate and get Skarsnik up early on our side, then it's awesome. Getting other legendary lords is always good. Always gives you that extra power and stuff. Right, we'll get this army maxed out, and then we'll go do this quest. We'll get 19, because we'll leave a room for the big boss that we're going to get. I'm pretty sure we can do it with 19. I haven't done it. And Steel Faith, I don't know if it's any different than the standard one. It's quite a hard fight, normally. But I haven't played against dwarves on Steel Faith, so I don't know how hard they are. Oh, I don't know. It's all experience, I suppose. Right, one more turn. Yep. So... Don't really want anti-large, do we? No, not really. Give me another one of those. That gives me 4 of them. Or we could do some Skulkers too. How do the Skulkers stack up? Let's compare them as well. Right, so Skulkers, Arm-Facing Vanguard, Stalk, that's all the same. Same amount of models coming in at 120. These ones are slightly cheaper, actually coming out at 114 compared to 125. Armor's the same. Leadership slightly higher on these, coming at 45 compared to 40. Speed's the same. Melee stats is better, 34, 25, 28 compared to 26, 16, 24. The charge bonus is 23 compared to 20. They still have all the buffs and things. Yep. Stalk, yeah, all that's the same. These guys don't have a physical resist, but they do have a missile resist. Okay, that's quite a bit of armor piercing we've got now, that's good. Right, I'm fairly confident this army can win that quest battle. Easily, right? So swing and then we'll smash that. Talk to our friends in the north, because yeah, the only issue is if I go up there, it leaves this really vulnerable. And is this still good? I'd say +2 at the moment. I was just thinking, was this going to rebel because I don't have the whole region? Possible. The other thing I could do is come back and attack down here. Because if you can get that region over the east there, it's really secure. Like, nobody can really get to it. Right, we're good. Let's go fight. Let's go get us a gobbo. Right, look at these stats, should we? I don't have anything to compare them against, but 60 damage. Hammers are always really good anyway. 2740. I mean, they seem good, but it's hard to compare when you don't have the other numbers up in front of you. Right, let's fight it. You should be fine. We've got plenty of armor piercing. This is what you need to kill the dwarfs, right? The initial army of these seems really small. They got 2 armies or something? I know these guys come from behind in that, but... Do you want to listen to this? No. We've heard that 100 times, haven't we? Surely. Oh, they're really close. Why are they really close? I don't know. They're usually like really far away. Alright, we'll go bang, bang. There we go. And then we'll just interweave these squiggies into that line. How many squiggies in? 75. Okay. Right, archers. Grimmy leads the way. Actually, you guys lead the way. You guys can soak some damage. Right, we're good. I think we just run this over. Where are their hammers? There. I can't remember if their guys come from that side or this side. That's it. Shoot those guys. Come on, I gotta hit those hammers down, man. Oh, they're really focusing those Blackhawks, aren't they? I'll get these guys up and around. It'll help. Grimmy over here. Smack him down, Grimmy. Thank you. Yeah, this dwarf army seems a lot smaller than what I remember. Go chase him. Crush him in. Get these guys up. Grimmy, how you doing? Doing fine. Thing is, we can't bunch up too much because the flyers drop the bombs and then we get destroyed. But obviously we do want to kill them, so... Coming from that direction, okay. Kev. Let's kill that. Grimmy's still killing that dude, yep. Just trying to spread them out a bit. It's all broken. Cash down that. This was really easy. I feel like that Dwarven army was too small compared to what the standard one is. Let's go shoot that. We're going to get bombed. There's nothing I can do about it. Can we go fight that? Hopefully these guys can just do enough damage to these. Yeah, it's very minimal, isn't it? Okay, let's fast forward it. There's not much else that's going to happen. Oh, get him, Grimmy. Make him regret his decision to come back. That's it. That's it. Chase him out. Get him. Not the beard. Not the beard. He's gone. Nice, Grimmy. Dudes. Okay, right, shoot this one. Nice. Yeah, that was really simple. Like, ridiculously simple. I feel like that army was just too small. I'm sure it used to be a full stack. I don't know if it's just this mod or if they've changed it. It's been a long time since I've done it, but I do remember last time it was quite hard. Man, look at how many kills that Squiggy's got. Hell yeah, that's some damage. Oh, I mean, he got 60 as well. Man, nasty skulkers are good. Good versus dwarfs, eh? Took a little bit of damage. We didn't get out of there unscathed or anything, but I think most of that came from the bombing afterwards. Because that's still a lot of damage from the bombing. Quest complete. Nice. Get ourselves a wee skulker up. Possible chance of stealing loot. Nice. Oh, nice ward save armor too. Beautiful. I can chuck that on Grimmy now. Hell yeah. I could do 15% weapon damage for him or 4% for the army. Go for him. Go for him. Right, swing him back around. And big boss. I assume his stuff's all relatively similar. Oh, such a good buff for us too. Oh, 2 melee attack, melee defense for our army. That's so good. Go ahead, little man. Right, let's upgrade the shiny pit, giving us a 250.
I'm in charge here. What do you...
Because if I don't kill them and they get strong, we'll be in trouble. Oh, they took that. Okay. Yeah, okay, so the dwarfs are starting to grow now. I kind of want to get up there and kill them. But like I say, that leaves us vulnerable to this. It's a good garrison there, though.
What you want?
I'm not sure. Go kill the dwarfs or go and kill Skarsnik? I kind of want to kill the dwarfs. That's just because I don't like dwarfs, though. Doesn't mean it's the best strategy. Silly dwarfs. Yeah. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should we go kill the dwarfs or should we go and kill Skarsnik? 100% sure which way we want to play that.
Let's have you then.
Yeah, what you want. Peace. Nah. Sorry, mate. Not now. Got a good army. Not good enough to kill the main dwarf settlement. Actually, that'd be a full garrison, won't it? Oh, got a war. Are you kidding? Turn 7 got a war. Oh, it's so worth going up there, I think.
Great and powerful war boss.
Get full health and do it. Maybe. Alright guys, I think that's where we're going to wrap up episode number 1. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.